Listen, I am already starting off on a bad note. We're late, but I did my breathing, well, somewhat of my breathing exercises and stuff like that. Oh, this got to come over more because I'm all in to that screen. All right, let me add it. All right, let me move that over. Yeah, I don't really need that. Yo, why did it get tiny again? Oh, because I didn't admit it. Okay. I like my screens big. Pause. Let me see. Appearance. Oh, well, it is large. Oh, I guess the page is big. I usually trade off the other, I don't trade off a Chrome. I usually trade off the other one. Because I like my screens big. All right, so we're gonna go and see what I see. Hold the hell up. Hold on, my screen is acting up. I ain't gonna lie. It's certain things that I need, like my hourly, my minutes. I need that. So let me exit out and come back in. Give me 1 second. I'm glad nobody's here to watch this foolishness. All right, we back up. All right, so I usually start off by going to the daily and seeing what I see in the pattern. Now, this is a signature for me to let me know that we want to go up. It usually covers it, which it covered it here, and then comes back, which it started to come back today, but it still really didn't come back that much. So we still can go down a little bit, like up to here or something. Here would be nice, but I feel like it's going to be a little pullback, but it's a upwards market overall. All right, now I'm looking at what I see in the 4 hour. If there's any gaps or anything that needs to be filled in, like this would be a gap that wasn't filled in. This hasn't been filled in. On the 4 hour, I look for any evenness on a 4 hour that it may want to attack. Yeah, we'll put that in green. And of course, this area here, I see attack there. We'll see what it does on the hourly, because right now it looks like it's gonna make my signature pattern. It could make it. All right. So secondly, I also like to. Hey, Stephen Harris, what's up? How you doing? I am trading. Let me know if you can see my screen really well. This is what I do in the mornings. If I saw a pullback, it would be here. Right here. Like it will want to come here. Oh, wow. And that's right in time to hit the 7 o'clock line. It's right on the 7 o'clock line. So this is gold to me right now. I'm really looking at that. Like, I think it will want to pull back to here. And then run up. But that's what I see for now. And it looks like it's giving me a signal, because then I wait for a signal to want to come. It's 10:14. I wish the screen could be so much bigger for you guys, because it might do a little something here too. But my eye is on this. I'm not gonna lie. And for it to run straight down, all right, I'm sorry. I got to explain everything that I'm doing. So right now I'm putting a line in the middle of how far we went up between 7 o'clock and the 10 o'clock out, between 7 a.m. and 10 o'clock. It's a machine and an algorithm. So a lot of times between the hours of 7 and 10, it makes its morning range. So if it passes and closes under my halfway mark, then that means to me it wants to go down. But the stock market always goes, this is my opinion. Like I said, I do not give financial advice, but this is just what I see. In my experience, I see it always likes to go up before it comes back. So now in a few seconds after I look, I said that I think that it's going to go down at least to here and then eventually maybe pop up. That's just my strong feeling. Let me check what it's doing on the hourly. Oh, the hourly looks good too. I'm not going to lie. Like it will want to hit up here too. Ultimately. But there is some openings here that it can fill. That's what I see. So if I was, now I'm looking. So since I said I think I want it to go at least here, I will get out early. Like I would get out right here at least. So I would look at a queue where I would want to get in at. And right now, there's nothing that says here. I want to come here. Now this is a 1 minute chart. Shit, I'm be honest. I would have wanted to get in here on a 1 minute chart. And it never came back. That would have been nice. So believe it or not, it's 10:17. And I just got in and this just broke support. And I see like a marking for right here. After this closes, I would just get in here. I'm not sure if it's going to pull back anymore, but I would feel comfortable taking a trade right here and getting on the downward end. Because I don't see anything else. Unless it came up here. See, it didn't close the way I wanted to close. When it closes, it has to cover this whole thing. So it still didn't close the way I wanted to close. How's your day, Stephen Harris? How's it going? What you up to? How clear can you see my screen also? I am in no rush because once you start rushing, you will miss your spot. So I'm chilling out. This reacted off of this gap right in here. I like to see what candles react. This is it's a gap. A lot of times they act off of gaps. So when it pushes back, like you see how it was going down and decided to change its mind and go back up, it goes to a spot and then it decides, oh, I want to turn back up. So this gap made it react. Doesn't mean that it won't come back, but it's just reacting off of this gap. 1, 2, 3. So after the third one is usually it goes powerfully where it wants to go. Based on what I see, this is just me and what I'm seeing. So right now what it's doing is consolidating. So I believe it probably will consolidate. And then right after it consolidates, it makes a big run. So it might consolidate and go here. But again, my cues did not go off yet on where I would get in at to go down. You see how I mentioned gaps? There's a gap right in here on the 15-minute chart. So I'm highlighting this. And then I want to go in with a magnifying glass. I want to look at what that gap looks like on an hourly. On an hourly, it's like a gap. Like I said, the stock market reacts off of gaps. All right, I like that gap. Why do I like that gap? Because it made a massive run down. It did a white right here, and then it went down. A lot of times, it likes to tap itself before it makes certain runs. It likes to tap things. So if I were coming back, I would like to come back here. But let me see what it looks like on a 1 minute. On a 1 minute, it looks like it consolidated there. So it might not come back there, only because it did a lot of, it ran over that spot a lot. So again, I'm looking for it to close here. If it closes here, I would get in here. But it has to close below this. But right now it's playing around and it's a lot of wick. So unless it closes, it's not working. It's not doing it for me. And I don't um I ain't gonna lie. I like this spot right here. I like this spot to get in. Amina, how was your Juneteenth yesterday? It was good. It was good. I liked it. Actually, I did not like the fact that the stock market was closed and I couldn't handle business. And now I have a whole weekend. People that do stocks, we don't like the weekends. It's boring. We just want to trade. All right. So it ran down. It looks like it's going to close below this. This is actually really a good spot, but I didn't see it till it was late. But that's fine. See, now, emotional me would have ran in and got in here. I would have got in right there. Because you're like, oh my God, I missed the run, you know? And you just be going crazy. And then all of a sudden, when it pulls back, you're like rushing to get back out. But see, I said it does a consolidation and likes to do a run. Now, it has to come back up here and touch this. If it doesn't, I'm not getting in. If it goes to where I wanted it to go, which I said was, what line did I say? I'm going to look for it to want to come back after it touches that. So this is the rush that it does to people. 7 o'clock. Yeah, I said I wanted to come here. And for shits and giggles, it could come down here. And that's fine if I miss it. See, I wanted to react off of this. Oh, look, let's see. You see that line I drew? I wanted to react off of this. And y'all say the stock market ain't rigged. It's definitely reacting. We'll see. Trust me, I have gotten burned in the stock market. That's why I don't make rash decisions. And it's only 10:26, and it ran down to where I said I wanted to see it go. See, it could definitely come all the way to down here, though. Because you see, this is empty, it's unfulfilled. But for the morning chop, I said right here. And now we're going to see what it wants to do. Whether it wants to continue down, take this out, and come down to here. That's what I got to see. Or if it wants to turn back around and just knock out this whole top. I need to see what I feel like the next move is going to be. So until I know, I'm not getting anything. But then I thought it's gonna I wanted to react off of this line. Where I see it reacting off of next time is here or here. I'll do a line to show you guys where I feel like it wants to go right now. To here. Let me make this color blue. And here. Right now, again, I'm just watching it because I want to know like the way it really. So I think it's gonna come here to there. It's not breathing, giving me time to get in anything. Like you see this rundown right here, it consolidated. But by the time it closed on this, where I wanted it to close, it left. So because it didn't give me a chance, I feel like it's gonna come back to this space to give people a chance. Or it might decide, you know what? I ran out the morning low. Let me go down. That is what I need to figure out. Yeah, there's a lot going on right here with these lines. So because I did not get in yet, I probably will not take a trade until 10:50. I'm measuring again because I need to see the halfway point. Because right now it's signaling that it is in a downward position. Until it passes the halfway point, in my mind, it still wants to go down. But I gotta say, I'll be proud of myself. I told you, I thought it was gonna go here. It went right to this line. I just couldn't get in time. I couldn't get in time. Now, what I will do for shits and giggles, I'll probably get in right here. And just I want to humor myself. No, oh shit. I'm going the wrong way. I meant to buy it. Damn it. and to take it right here. Can't believe I did that. Fucking sold instead of bought. And honestly, you shouldn't do this because I'm going the opposite way. I'm going against the grain. Because the momentum right now is downward. And you shouldn't do that. But if you do go against the daily or whatever the movement is, it has to be very short. How many handles is that? Because I could get spanked for this. Anyway. Yeah, I definitely could get spanked for it. Why did I take that trade? I took the trade because it left abruptly and it didn't let me get in. However, it could have done that because it really like wants to run down today and like mess everybody's lives up. It does not necessarily have to go back to tap it. It could just run down the whole day and never let nobody get in anything. That is why you don't like to go against the grain. But a lot of times, ultimately, it does go back to where it should have allowed people to get in. And that's where it should have allowed me to get in before it did this massive run. And it's perfect, actually, because this is where it broke support. So I really do like that spot, and I'm not mad at it. So if it doesn't go there, that's fine. But if it goes there, it's cool. Now, as for where it wants to go today, let's look for because again, it couldn't just turn around and not decide that this is, it's done running up. But as long as it's under my halfway mark, I'm not switching sides. Because it still has, it still has room to grow. Excuse me, not room to grow, but room to go. Oh, another reason why I like that spot where I picked is because this is evenly too, and it likes to tap the evenness. But more so, I seen my order block in here where it did not let me in. It ran without letting me in. and my order block is 2 up and then snatches it down. Look at that. I called 2 moves today. I don't know if y'all noticed. I called 2 moves. I called where it was going to stop at and where it was going to go to before it probably either might turn around or it might decide it wants to go up today. But I'm 2 for 2. I could just ruin my plans, but I don't think so. I think we go in there, Daddy. I think we go in there, Daddy. Because now it's like, dude, we done came this far. You might as well. But, you know, there's going to always be like pull back and stuff like that. Like I said, it always, like, if I wanted to pull back here, I would definitely pull back to where I got in at. Right here. Right here. Let me see. Yeah, because we closed and we never pulled back. But that's if it feels like it. Like, a lot of times, like I said, you can miss it. But if you miss it, don't chase it. Why? Because I'm going to tell y'all why. You don't chase it because a lot of times, an hour later, it'll still come back. It's going to come back and you just don't, if it missed a step, it's going to come back. You just don't know when it's going to come back. And when it comes back, oh, shit. It hit it. Fuck. It hit where I wanted to hit, but that wasn't good. I should have put it lower. So it did go where I wanted to go, but it pulled back. The machine came into play. So that is it. Damn it. Y'all saw it though. It hit exactly where I wanted to hit, but it hit it so lightly it wasn't enough to I can't believe it did that. It hit it, but it hit it so lightly. It came up for like 2 seconds. And then it went back. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it did that. I should have lowered it a little bit more. I can't believe it did that. That's crazy. So it went exactly where I said it was gonna go. Bastards. It just it tapped it, but it wasn't enough to take off 10 contracts. So I could have brought it down a little bit more. But it usually doesn't do that. It usually goes a little bit higher, but it's in a rush to go somewhere then. And let me just see where it's in a rush to go and why. Yeah, it's in a rush to go. What does it look like on 5 minute? I can't believe it did that. I'm sorry. Bastards. As y'all can see, I was right though. I did call it. And sometimes it will do that. And that is why you have your stop losses in place. I wonder if they're watching me because that was so shady. Damn, that was shady. That was so shady. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not happy with that. Damn, that was shady. Let me see what it wants to do right now. Where is my next get in and get out spot? I can't believe it just did that. I'm going to get over this. I need to go meditate or something. Like, that was grimy. It literally touched my line, but it tapped it like a 2-second tap. So it didn't even get me out. Before, like I said, it is going to go back down or it's going to go up. And I said that. That's crazy. It's all good. Well, we gonna murder the next one. That's it. Now, not normally, but the unhealed me would have started wanting to revenge trade. Like, oh my God, let me just go down. It's gonna run down. It's gonna do this. It's gonna do that. And then I'm not even strategically planning anymore. And that's what it tries to make you do. And you don't do it. F you. I got this under control. I'm in control. So you just wait and you be patient. Because you can't play with me all day. And, you know, it's not like I'm not playing with that much money. My loss you can make it back up in like one trade. But my stop loss was very close to my get in spot. So it's not like I took an L. I was going to make maybe 3 times what where I was going. And that's what you want to do for the most part. I'm sorry. I have a loaner car. My car is in the shop and they're letting me know that my parts are not going to be ready. It's nice weather outside. I need the benzo done so I can stunt. All right, let's see. I think it wants to run today. And right here, it's like breaking support. So if it breaks support, my guess is that it's going to come down to here. Let me do a gold. So we do gold for where all right. So new thing now we're going to do on this channel. When I feel like it's going to go somewhere, I'm going to put a gold line. I just need them to provide me with a get in spot. I need a get in spot. So I'm going to check the hourly. Like I said, the hourly, this needs to be covered. Definitely from the hourly. So it may feel like running down there. It's got gaps. Now, when I say gaps, you see how all right. The stock market likes to fill in gaps. And the fact that you see how this line comes in and the sticks, they overlap each other. And then when they don't, you see how this was not overlapped. It was just run straight through. You see when it came up, it went crazy in there. It went there multiple times. That is because this is a straight line. So this is a straight line here. So evenly, it has to, since it bought all the way up here, like I said, when it runs, it's okay, let it go. Because it's got to come back to it. People didn't get a chance to give them their money. They did not get a chance to sell. They just bought. Nobody sold. So it goes down so that people can sell before it goes back to which it came. Because eventually it wants to come and knock this whole thing out. It wants to knock the bottom out of that thing. See what I mean? And I don't see any signals that's stopping it. Like usually like there's an order block. When you see me put lines, usually because there's an order block there or something. Now I don't see any order blocks keeping it from here to here. But I could be wrong. Let me see. That's the hourly. See, this is the order block right here, actually. But this is still clean. This is the order block right here. That's why I said usually it calls it from an order block. It's calling it to there. It could come to right here. But it should not pass this. Order block kind of keeps it together. See, it broke a support here, and then it decided it wants to go up. It is 10:50, so now it's going to do a heavy movement. And it might just run down here right now. And that is where I would get in at, like, but right now I don't see an order block, so I'm like, I'm not getting in. And I already just took a L because it didn't hit my goddamn thing. But you guys saw it went right to it. No lies. I did it live. I am live. My goal is here. That's what I see. But it did not. So the thing is, after you know where it's going, you want it to allow you to get in. And again, if you don't see your markings to get in, I don't do it because it could flip all the way back on you to where it should have let you in. And it does that all the time. Let's see what I got on a 15. Look, I'm looking for a 15-second chart. And it does that sometimes, and that's fine. But look at her go. Look at her go. How many? So far, that was like 100 handle move. And the reason I don't feel no way, one, I'm calm. Because there's always another chance to get in. It always does something. And it's always doing something, a big run like this. So get the next train. If it doesn't do it today, it'll do it Monday. If it doesn't do it Monday, it'll do it Tuesday. But it'll do it at least 3 or 4 times a week. And you can rack up. But most people don't have patience. And that's what it preys on. Because like I said, it'll come all the way down there. And the new people will sit there and be like, let me get in right there. So they'll try to get in. And then what it does, it goes back to where it's supposed to go, which it could be like 50 or 60 handles. The people that put like all their money on it going down because that's where it's going. And that's where you're like, you don't want to miss it. So you get in while it's going down, but you're actually supposed to get in when it's up to go back down. That's where you're supposed to get in at. I had to learn the hard way. If you do not see your entrance, don't get in. It's okay. Because I'm be honest, I lost so much money. I lost thousands messing with this mess. Until you learn discipline. And that is the difference between skill. So if anything, it's probably tap right here and then go back down. I got a lot of restraint now. You see, I got a lot of restraint. I got burned a lot in this game. But even now, with me just like looking at this, the next time I might not get in like this but next time I probably will take it and go down. But then all of a sudden it'll go to the original place that I wanted to get in at, which would have been up here. Okay, so what are things that it looks for to tap? You see a double line like this? A lot of times it'll look to tap that. It likes to tap fair value gaps, which you see this? It's also a gap in here. So yeah, it likes to go, I told y'all that. It likes to go inside the gap, which we're making a whole bunch of gaps. So it's gonna wanna go back eventually. This is a nice one. This is a nice move today. Stephen Harris, you there or you put the computer on and left? So I like to see what I did not like. Where could I have gotten in that I did not get in? And my eye would go up to here and I'd be like, well, what did it look like on a 15-minute? Pretty much there's my fair value gap in here. There was a fair value gap. It did pass the halfway mark at that point. And the reason I did not like it, yeah, it didn't touch where I wanted to touch. I wanted it to touch this. It did actually. But it didn't do it as hard as it was supposed to. So my get in, I told you, like I said, would have been when I was getting out for that upward move. It usually a lot of times likes to play around there, but it didn't. And when it rushes like that, it means, look, I got somewhere to go. Bye, ho. And it went. But that don't mean it was not, it's like if I had a place to go back to, I would go back there. It could go back on a 15-minute, it could go back on an hourly. Well, don't be surprised if all of a sudden it just jerks up. Hold on. And this is another thing I check. And that's why I don't fight to get in where I should have gotten in. Because all of a sudden it'll just run right there for no reason. And you lose out on your money because you got in the wrong place. Every time I get in on the wrong place, I cannot justify holding it when it runs against. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to come out of this and I'm going to add another screen. It's the Forex Factory. It's Friday. And I need to see what's going on because when the stock market makes jumps, it's because something is going on. I do not listen to the radio. I do not listen to news and I do not listen to people. I just chart. there's nothing going on today, so so no sudden jumps should come in. That doesn't mean it won't, but there shouldn't be no sudden jerk, because the jerk will go to where it was supposed to go and let people in and be nice, but it didn't. Let me go back. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm all up in my mouth. All right. Yeah. My patience is crazy because I would have gotten in. Wait, I'm not supposed to. Just to write it down. I keep forgetting I'm on screen sometimes, and I'll just be like fidgeting, moving, all this crazy stuff. You see how this likes to tap this and then go? I told you it's gonna go right to my line. My line, baby. It surprised me how good I've gotten. I can't believe they ain't let me out. I'm not gonna believe that. Because y'all saw it. It went right there. It went right there. And then just said, no, never mind. It didn't let me out. And then it went down. I wonder if y'all hear my background. A truck sound like it's backing up. Make it nice and big so y'all can see it. My other screen is not up today. That is so beautiful. How many handles is it? No, I was here. I think I wanted to get in. I forgot. It's over 100 handles. I could be all pissy. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna show y'all my mentor right now. He's killing it. He got in. I'm gonna show y'all where he got in at. I'm gonna pull it up with my mentor. He's good. You know what? Sometimes I gotta get in earlier. Hold on. 1 second. Hello? All right, I'm back. I can't believe it did that. Yo, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna get over this. Okay. My mentor. Let me see if I can share this big. He got in up here, bastard. And he sold where it consolidated, where I was waiting. He sold right there. Now I have to go review why he did that. All right. So now I got to mimic. Hold on. I'm sorry. I did not present it to you. That's my mentor. Let me see if I can make it bigger. He got it up here and up here, and he took it down here. He's amazing. See, I'm a baby with training wheels. I told you I got to follow ICT. That was his trade today. That was a nice move. It was a nice move. Now I got to go look and see what he saw. He got in a fair value gap and a fair value gap, and he's trading off the 1 minute. So let me move that screen. Because now I got to go see what he did while I'm waiting for this to hit. So he likes the first fair value gap off of 930, which was right here. So he likes that. Hold on, let me look. I'm sorry. I'm emulating what he was looking at when he got in. That's the first fair value gap. I don't know what the hell he got going on. Oh, he's trading off the NQ. Okay, it does look different. That's crazy that this looks different. So the first fair value gap is right here. It's different, but it's similar. The first value gap is right there. And nah, it had to be something over here that he saw first. He's trading off of something over here. Anyway, it is an auto block right here. It took it, and then it came back to it, and then it left it. See, I don't like that he's not really saying why he chose up there and what he saw. He keeps that secret sometimes. Let me see what he saw. F that. He just saw it was huge rejection here, here, and here. So he was assuming that it's probably going to reject up here also. He was waiting for the rejection to come in. And when he saw that it rejected here, he started bracing himself. I'm gonna study that over the weekend, that rejection right there. See, I'm a Virgo. I need to know why things happen. And if he got a better spot than me, why? Because he got in all the way up here. So it took out this middle part. I like that. Okay, it's probably because it took out this part. So he was bracing himself for it to come down. I could see that. So it took out this top right here. However, it had it likes to do a completion and it did not complete this taken out, which is why this ain't fooling me. This is not fooling me. It got unfinished business going on. Oh, actually, this was a good pull away zone right here. But I told you my get out is here. Let's go back to the micro. My get out zone is still here, but I can see why it reacted off of this. And it probably will go to here or something before it pulls back. Now, if I see a good trade at 1150, I'm gonna take it. That is like 30 more minutes. Because I didn't get my trade yet. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right, let's see what it's doing. It's 11:15. It is not in my algorithm time. It is coming back up. Probably where it should have came before it did that stupid mess. All right, so I see a nice little gap in between here. I check all time frames to see if I see a couple of different arrays on why it would be attracted to it. The 4 hours is too early for that. And this is why I said if it leaves, I don't chase it, because ultimately it will go back to where you want it to go back to. And that's a lesson I had to, a very hard lesson I had to learn. It's okay. Like, just chill. Because if it goes back and you get in when you're not supposed to be, you're not going to hold it. That was like 70 points it went back, 70 handles. And that's a lot of money when you're messing with the micros and the NASDAQ. So I don't get in where I'm not supposed to. And now it's not on the right time. So I needed to come back at 11:50. Where 11:50 is at, that's where I would get in. Unless it's doing like a major drop for no reason. That's it. But I work on timers. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right. See how it went? Remember the place that it snatched me out and I said it was going to go to? I like the way it went there. This is where where did it snatch me? Was it here? Well, no. Where was it? I think it was right. I think it was right here. Right here. Why was I willing to go there? I don't remember. Yeah, because it's a 15-second candle. Anyway, it came back up. But that's why I said you get in where you're not supposed to get in, it will double back on your ass and it'll pop you. And if you, so the thing is, you're able to hold if it was where you said you would get in at. You're able to hold. You can hold it with no problem. But if you're getting in the wrong spot, like in the middle of it going down, I make my breakfast a banana a day. So the stock market runs on a time. So I would wait till like 11:50 to get in. It's 10 minutes after the hour. No, 10 minutes before the hour to 10 minutes after the hour. So a lot of times it'll just be moving around aimlessly in between the areas it wants to go until that time. So that's another thing. Because one time I got in early. I saw a setup and I got in early. And the mess went right past my setup. And then, like clockwork, on the 50-minute on the dot, and went right back to it. And then it went to where it was supposed to go. And that's what happens because I got in early. So I'm not pressed to get in early anymore. I didn't like that lesson either. Yo, I'm just saying. These are my hard lessons I learned. Now I'm just a good girl. Y'all think, oh, she just don't want to get in. And nope, it has to do certain things. And if it skips me, because you will lose more times than not rushing to get in with the Joneses. You see, it didn't finish. In my mind, this is not finished. This is actually more intriguing to want to go back and hit it. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I don't trade off the 15-second. I should have gotten in here, though. I ain't gonna lie. Because it broke support here and came back down here. But to me, it's not finished going. There was nothing that said I'm complete my job. Except this. It doesn't say I completed it, but it means I temporarily am going to go up to let people in, allow people in. I told you. It should definitely. You see how these are? This goes down, this comes up, this comes up. It allows people to get in. There's a little gap in here, which means ultimately it'll come back eventually to it. And it goes down there, allows people to go down and come back up, or get in and go back up. When it doesn't do that, it likes to come back. Like right now, it's back up here before it finishes its journey. But I have certain rules that I do follow. So not only has to come back up, it has to come in a certain time frame. Because it'll say, oh, I want to come up here, and then be like, nah, I think I'm going to go up higher. and let other people in. And he has every right to do that because I'm not in the time frame. I learned patience because I was tired of getting my ass handed to me. Oh my gosh. How long my mic been muted? It's crazy. Okay. So remember when I said what happens when you get in early? You get in early, and then when it does a recall, it will knock you the hell out and you don't know what you're doing. That is why I do not get in if I miss my chance, because a lot of times it will come back. So when my train leaves, I do not get in until it comes back, if it still wants to go that way. You know what? I should have gotten right here though. I'm not gonna lie. It was in a downward spiral. It came down. Did it pass support at that time? Yep, it passed it. It came up here and this came to touch this. I should have gotten in there, but whatever. And then took it down. Tomato, tomato. Crazy, right? So again, I'm waiting till 11:50 to do a trade. Right now, my trade is looking like it's going to be in here to take it back down to here. And if it's aggressive, take it to here. So I'll put like a 10 contract on. Get some out here. Let some run. If it hits me out, I'll already be paid. Here. And if it decides to run, it just runs all the way down there. And we good. Patience is a mother lover, a mother sucker. This looks nice too. Yeah, I like that. I ain't gonna lie. But the 15-minute fair value got to be looking way more appealing. But this 5-minute looks good too. Then that's how y'all trading is boring. Interesting. I may see an order block forming right where the other order block formed. Or it could just be a nice big consolidation, but we will see. But like I said, we have until 11:50 to decide where we think it's going, changing, or not. Because that's not good. If it's consolidating, it may be switching sides on a lover. You know, like I said, it consolidates and then continues on. Consolidates. What did I do here? Consolidates and continue on down. Consolidate, continue on down. Consolidate, continue on down. And then when it came up, it consolidated right here and continued up. And it's consolidating right in here. And it's right below. I mean, like I said, it looks like it did not, it does want to continue. It did not, to me, it did not, I'm not comfortable with switching sides, like coming from lower to up, because it still got room to go. However, up here still looks juicy and has never been touched. Definitely looks juicy because the line it started. Usually when you want to know where it's going, you look for the evenness. And this line is even. And this came up a little bit, but it didn't come up all the way, which makes me think that it's going to knock it out the park, Rick. Knock it out. Let's see what the daily looks like. See, the daily looks good, like it finished. In the 1 hour, like I said, it feels like it has unfinished business down here. However, it's a nice evenness up here that's attractive. All right, it's 11:47. So let's see what it's doing, what it's giving. Again, do not jump in. I'm not giving financial advice. I do not jump in until it's 11:50 through 12:10 hours. And it has to show me what I want to see. because I don't play guessing games. If I want to gamble, I go to Atlantic City. $11.48. 2 minutes. Hold on. All right. This is a guessing game. It's a guessing game. This is consolidating, and I told you after it consolidates, it usually runs. And I'm not sure what side it wants to run to. Like all of me said that it's not ready to come back down. I mean, it's not finished going down. All right, it's 11:51. So it's time to pick a side. So it's looking like down. And because I was like 100% not sure, I didn't pick it. There were signs. But it wasn't like 100%. Oh, yes, it was. Yes, it was. Oh, shit. I came down too far. We gonna give it another try. We're going to give it another try. We're going to give it another try to come back to my golden line. It was something I missed. It was consolidating inside of an order block. I don't know how I didn't see it, and I had the time to see it. That's crazy. But y'all can see I'm in a trade. Well, I was supposed to get in up here. I was supposed to get, it was waiting. It was waiting. It was flagging. Do you see how patience works? Now I might want to come back up and touch this. Or because it consolidated and it did a lot of work, it might just want to run down and don't give nobody a chance to get in. And just say, bye, host. Now, I would love it if it just passes this with ease. It will make me feel so much more comfortable. If it passes this black right here. What side should I'm just praying it passes it. I feel more comfortable. See, this is the beauty of the stocks, and this is like what makes it look so beautiful. Is you can miss a spot and just be patient and wait for another spot to get in, and it's okay. See, because it could just stop here. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, it picked up speed. I could buy a few. Because if it wanted to turn around, it would probably do it in there. And we're out of the turnaround zone if this passes this. I could take some profit now because I'm at $760. I could take out half now. And then if it turns around, it's like, who cares? I still would make 300 off the trade. Let me see what the long way says. Let's see what it says. Yeah, I am not comfortable with a turnaround right there, to be honest. Choo choo. I guess I'm gonna change the title of my video soon. Because we had a day today. It snaked me the first time. Like I said, I needed to pass this purple to make me feel a lot more confident about this trade. But as you would see, it gets here and then wants to act the hell up. Aw. It passed it. All right, so we're up 855. Could we get a G? Could we get a G real quick, please? Give me that 1,000. Almost 900. Make the screen bigger. Okay, so that was a consolidation. Is a consolidation. It usually wants to touch this. And then go back down. You got to respect it because you got to get in at some time, right? Because if I miss the trade and I want to play around and scalp, I would get in here and go back down. So, I mean, I got to be able to bear it. The pullbacks, even though we don't like to. I think that's the thing with stocks, you know, once you see it at a certain number, like, you know, it was almost at a G, you know, you're like, oh no, go back. And you be more patient and you're like, you give it all because you feel like it was yours temporarily. That's a psychological play. Oh, I could get so much more money easily. You see, and it's only in when you get in, it takes 10 minutes to be a millionaire. That is the crazy thing about this. And that's why it's so highly addictive. And that's why you got to have the crazy self-control. And if you over leverage, when it pulls back, your heart is going to drop every time. Plays mind games. It's designed to do that. That's why I'm so patient now. I don't like getting my head knocked in every time. So this is what consolidation feels like. They're playing with my money. It's going up from 8 to 7 to 600. And this is why you make the big bucks in consolidation. This is why this is why the stock market does consolidation. Y'all hear my dog drinking water? I'm about to close the door. He came right there and decided he wanted to drink water. Consolidations are not sexy at all. And that's why after consolidation, it makes the big moves because it usually wanes people out in the consolidation. And now it's like, oh, you lost 200. You know, you're at we're at 640, and it's like, should I take my wins and get out? And then you get out, and you know, it could have made a whole bunch of money because that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth works on your brain. That's another reason why I cannot get in where I'm not supposed to. Because when that back and forth hits and you don't know where it's going, because when you get in when you're not supposed to, you know it could always go all the way back and you're not sure because you're not sure why you got in. So a lot of times I like to go back and talk to myself. Why did I get in this trade? Well, I got into this trade because it was doing a downward spiral, right? It came back up and tapped this line. I got in at the right time, so I'm okay. And if it goes all the way back on me, that's fine. At least I did what I was supposed to do. Now, keep in mind, look, I'm talking, but I ain't taking a loss on this trade. I'm going to get out if it decides it wants to go back up too high. Now, why is that? Because I don't want to take I don't like taking losses. I'm going to be honest. But if you look on a 5-minute chart, this actually looks really good at what it's doing. So what makes me want to hold? Well, I see an order block right here. It could be playing on the wrong side of the order block, but it's playing below it. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe we're good. It already broke the support of the order block. So we will see. However, it can be forming in a 5-minute order block, which if it's a 5-minute order block and then it comes down and it takes that out, honey, that's my signal that it's going to run. Like Forrest Gump. But the waiting out while that candle forms, you see me? I'm like hesitating. I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to take a loss. But you see what it does? 7, 6, the 5. So if you're in a good position, a lot of times this will make you get out so that, you know, you don't want to lose what you got. Meanwhile, you got like pennies compared to what this trade is really worth. What is this trade really worth? I don't know. I just moved 30 points and I got between 700 and 600, almost $800. This trade is a long trade. So it's about at least 1,000, 1,500 or something in this trade that I'm taking, like if or when it goes the way it's supposed to go. So by me getting out with 500, I ain't doing this trade justice because this is a trade. But it makes you not want to hold. And these are the feelings, the emotions I'm even having. And then I'm looking, I'm like, well, it is 12 o'clock. You know the stock market runs crazy at 12 o'clock, which it does. This is the longest 5 minutes of my life. Consolidation will take you through hell. And it really gives you time to think, because now it's like, ugh, I'm only up $440. I was just up 800. Should I take it? Should I leave? This is why you just got to get it together. Put it together, because it's like, you know what? At the end of the day, it was a solid trade that I took. Let's see what it looks like on the hourly. See, remember I said I ain't gonna take a loss? I'm gonna come out. I'm definitely about to come the fuck out. Does nobody want to take a loss? Because why did I consolidate all the way up there? And in my mind, like I said, it's gonna come up here and play tag. However, yeah, I ain't taking that loss. Because if I take a loss, it's probably gonna be negative 800, 500. Now it's gonna come and touch it, and it should go back down. I got out because don't play around with me. What I say? It's crazy. It's 12.12. Now that I want y'all to see firsthand. My stop loss was up here. I freaked myself out right here. And what is it doing? Turning around to go back. You're supposed to hold until your stop loss. I mean, it's turning around for real. For real. For real, for real. But I didn't take a loss. However, I ain't get my 2,000 out of that trade. And this break and support down here is all the more reason that you would see that it wants to come down. And what did I say? I said that's like a $2,000 trade, and it is coming right the hell back. Because this would have been my get-in spot, which it was my get-in spot. But I had a heavy trade on. Not a heavy, but I had it was moving. I only had 10 micros, but it was moving fast. So I'm glad y'all saw that. That is how trading works. You got to withstand your get in. But you know what it mostly was? I took a loss earlier today when it didn't tap me. So because I took that loss, I wasn't willing to take another loss today. There you go. We almost back at the $900 that we were up at. In 2 seconds. That mess came right back in 2 seconds. And it went right where I said. There you go. You could know it. But trading is difficult than that. You have to more than know it. You have to have the discipline to hold. So whoever watches this, I hope y'all learn a lesson. And what did I tell you? I told you that trade was worth about $2,000, right? Watch it go where I said it was going to go. And it's probably more than 2,000. And it's also a lesson learned to myself. Don't let nobody trick you out of your bag, girl. I said it's gonna come right here and then shoot. But when it came there, I ain't want to hold. Because I felt like I should have got out here and took some kind of profit and then went back up there. I said it's gonna you're gonna get taken out of your own chance. See? I was right there. This is back at almost $1,000 profit. Huh. This is gonna be heartbreaking watching. I'm not going to lie. It's heartbreaking. My whole game gotta get better. My heartbreak game is my heartbreak game. You see how fast it's going too? So I said in 10 minutes you can make thousands, but you could also lose it in the same amount of time. You can actually make it in 3 minutes. But you see how if you get in at the wrong spot, chasing a dream, you get your hand handed to you. I got in at the right spot. So when it retraced, I didn't take a loss. I just couldn't hold it, but I didn't take a loss. Now, if I would have got in when it was like falling down and it was here and I was chasing it, like, oh my God, because I said ultimately it's probably going to go down here. That was more than a $2,000 trade, but look at that. Look at that. I'm going to upload my video. I'm going to change my name of my video to the biggest disappointment. Amina's disappointment. But you know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to come back around 2 o'clock because the thing is, there's certain times that there's big trades that happen. So let's see what the 2 o'clock do, because this is lunchtime. So lunchtime, it does run a little wonky. Sometimes it could do a whole crazy thing. And sometimes it could, take this out, come in this fair value gap, and then go all the way and drag it back down later. Lunchtime likes to play. So, because it wants to come up here too. Don't get it twisted. You see that nice line? I told you it chases evenness. And it could come. Well, it already came here. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, it could come up here. All right. Well, I am out and I will be back later. Hopefully. So see you guys. I'll probably stream. Bye-bye. I gotta do something.